I'm outside today working on a project all by myself because Casey is injured.
So, as you know, Savannah has been working on a project by herself because I have injured my right foot. I was walking from the bathroom to our house, and we have these concrete pavers, and I didn't fall, but my right foot just sort of slipped off the edge, and instead of falling, which I think I probably should have done, I tried to catch myself and ripped the muscle or a tendon to keep myself from falling. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal at first. I mean, it hurt to walk at that moment, but very quickly after that, I was like, oh, I can't bear any weight on this foot. So today's Friday. This coming Sunday will have been 2 weeks ago. So that's just kind of slowed everything down because Savannah's having to do the work that I do, plus the work that she does. A lot of the work that's left in the kitchen right now is things that a skilled laborer like Savannah shouldn't spend her time doing. Like, I can paint, so she shouldn't waste her time painting when that's something that I can do. It's just hard for me to stand to paint. That's the problem. It's just uncomfortable to hold weight on that foot for an extended period of time. So that's kind of what we're going through. I've been getting our stock tank pool season kicked off, getting installations booked and emailing brands and just doing computer things. So that's what's going on.
So if you have been wondering where we've been, if you follow us regularly, you would know that we are in the middle of a kitchen renovation, and you might be thinking, why are you not posting a kitchen renovation video? And that is because Casey is injured. So today's video is going to be me working on a project outside. Little things here and there are getting done in the kitchen, but we wait until we get a good amount of things done so that the video is actually interesting and not just us painting over and over again. So we're gonna take it outside and solve a problem that we are having, and that is at our outdoor tarp shower that I do have a video about, which is a great thing to do, but we've had it for I think almost a year now, and it's just like turning to shreds. So we need something more permanent, and we weren't sure where we could put something more permanent. And when I say permanent, I just mean whenever our bathhouse is done and we have a shower in there, we still want to have an outdoor shower, maybe by the pool or anywhere that makes sense, basically. So we've been kind of trying to figure out where that is, and we have made a decision, and I want to get that done within the next couple of days. So hopefully we can finish that together. And I'm going to be using all things that don't cost money. So we have a lot of pine trees that are down from the wind or storms, and we have a lot of offcuts from when our wood got milled. So I'm gonna use a lot of that. I have a lot of scrap wood laying around, so I'm gonna use some of that as well. And I'm just gonna see if I can piece together something that looks nice and can be here for a few years at least, but that we could start using immediately, but also use after our bathhouse is done. So this is where we have decided to put the shower. As you can see, I've already started working on it. I took the platform that was something I had built in our tarp shower and brought it down here. We're basing everything off of that platform. We think that it's a really good size. It's very spacious. And we're gonna add some things on the sides. If you've seen our other video for the tarp shower, the way it's designed is that there is an opening that you walk into, and there's a wall, and you kind of turn to go in the shower. There's a wall here. So there's kind of like this little entrance where you can like hang your towel or your clothing so that it doesn't get wet. And we're gonna do the same thing over here, but it's gonna be kind of different. So I definitely feel like I've already done the hard part, not on video, but here's a little shot of what I've done. And I am aware that if we took this bark off, that this wood would last longer, but we need a shower ASAP, and I am fine if this only lasts a year or two, or as long as it can, and then we'll repair it as we go. So I'm not gonna spend the time to take all this bark off when I could just build this and have a shower ASAP, because we need one. So up here are these braces. I just wanted to put those on to get everything square. I'm thinking I'm going to get all the walls built like this with our little offcuts, and then I will take those off, and I'm going to use this wood down here to frame the walkway. Okay, don't mind how dirty our stock tank pool is. We are not using it right now, so that's how it gets in the winter. But this is going to one day be a sort of patio, and then the shower is going to be right off of that. So I think it makes sense to have an outdoor shower over here. And on another note, we will likely have an outdoor bathtub as well. And we're probably not going to work on that right now because we don't need that. Baths take a lot of water. It's more of a luxury, so probably not going to work on that for a while, but there will be something around here connected directly to the water heater of the shower where you can also take a bath just back there in the trees. One other thing that we might need to do today is cut down another pine tree, and I might go into the woods and see if I can find one that is just laying down somewhere that has a straight and not rotted piece, but if I can't find that easily, we might be cutting a tree down. Alright guys, it's very windy and cold. I have like a sweatshirt on and a shirt under here, and it's beginning to be not enough and my face is so numb. So I'm gonna start building for today. I have built most of the frame. I will say most, but I still have to do more up here. But this little section, this section that I'm sitting on is the actual shower. This over here is going to be where you undress and leave your clothes and your towels, and then there will be a walkway over to here. Just a reminder that I am building this with all scrap wood and free things. If I was building this from scratch, it would be way more straightforward, but I'm using wood that is all kinds of sizes, and I don't just have a bunch of 8-foot boards. If I did, this would be very easy. We have just this pile of wood that we have had from all the different projects that seems like it's not usable. And I went through it the other day and I thought, oh my goodness, we have tons of material here if you're willing to put in the time to kind of customize it to those pieces. So that is what I'm doing. I'm also not trying to build a structure that's going to stand the test of time. So please don't come in the comments and say, I should have done this, I should have done that, because by the time you see this, it will be completed. I will not be going back and changing anything until wood starts rotting or something is not going the way that I want it to. Welcome to day 2 of working on our off-grid outdoor shower. So We ended up going into town last night to pick up some deck boards. I have a lot of scrap deck boards, none that are long, and originally I thought I would use those, and we just decided it was going to be a little too janky, for lack of a better word. We just didn't want to have a bunch of different size boards everywhere, and it would take double the amount of screws with how many we have. So we decided that we would just go into town and buy the full 8-foot deck boards. It will make putting the floor on so much easier, and it'll bring the cost of this project up to like $90. That's how much it costs for the whole thing. We are going to be putting a roof on this shower, and that is so that we can have a little temperature control inside. We have a little propane heater that we will probably put in there when it's the coldest time of the year, so we can still take showers out there when we need to. And luckily, we came across some extra roofing that someone had thrown in the dump. We got it a couple months ago and we didn't know what we were going to be doing with it. But when I started building this, I was like, oh my gosh, we already have roofing and it's white. Our roofing everywhere here is silver, but the buildings are white, so it being white will blend in just fine. But I'm not sold on that. I kind of think it would be cool to have a clear roof, because then you could still get the light and you could still see the trees above, but it would still hold in some of that heat when it's really cold outside. So we haven't settled on that yet. We are going to get this shower usable and probably worry about the roof after that. So now my goal for today is to get the bracing done on the floor, to get all the poles up, or the trees that are going to be the corners of the building, and then lay the floor down. I don't think I'll have time to finish the entire thing. I think on another day I will work on getting the sides up, because that wood is in a very different place, so it's a lot of walking and dragging heavy material. So I think once I get the floor down and everything is in place, I'll just drive our trailer over to where the wood is and cut all the wood at one time, throw it on the trailer, and then drive it back to where the shower is. All that to say, I better get started.
Like a shift in the flow, a change coming, it's inevitable. In a paradise, we can work it out and see the hard times fading. In the sunrise, we can flee the night. Paradise, we can work it out and see the hard times fading. In the sunrise, we can flee the night, flee the night.
We have had these pieces of acrylic for a project that has yet to be done in like a couple of years. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these to make little windows. Not any that are gonna open, but just something to let some light in our bathroom. Casey is helping out today so we can try to get our shower going. But she's taking her time with her janky foot, her messed up foot. All right, come take a little tour with me. We are walking in the door. Back here is a little nook, and then this way is where the shower is going to be. There's going to be a window over there, but I have installed this window already. And this is the window that I made out of plexiglass, or it's acrylic. But it needs another coat of paint, but I can't even with that right now. It looks great for a building made out of scrap wood. Over here, we're going to be putting the shower, the actual heater right here. I'm about to move that over actually, and then we're going to get a new shower head that we are going to install over here, because the one we have is the one that came with our heater and it works fine. The problem with the one that it comes with is that it comes with this little thing that you hook it onto the wall that's plastic, and it's pretty crappy and it broke really easily, so we had to buy another one, and they just don't come very well made. So we're gonna buy a whole other shower head that's gonna go, it's gonna mount on here, and it's gonna be really sturdy, and you'll be able to move the shower head up and down or take it off completely, and that's just gonna make it a lot simpler in here. So the other thing I'm gonna do is I found this really nice, almost pretty straight board in our scrap pile of the stuff that got milled, and I'm gonna hang that right here so we can have a little ledge to put all of our shower stuff on. And of course, this is not done. There's gonna be another layer in here on this side that covers up these gaps, because we don't want wind just totally blowing in here, and also you can still see through that. But we'll be able to use it as a shower today, hopefully. And then we will finish the inside on another day, another time. We still have to do the roof, like we still have a lot to do, but we're gonna shower, okay? Just need to show you all that the shower's working, but I've just realized that, I don't know if you can tell, but the shower head is broken. It's spraying out the back, so this will be this shower head's last shower. But here's the view. Time to get clean. We are working on the bathhouse again, and our generator's on, so excuse that. But we ended up, you know, taking our showers. It's a little chilly because we don't have the door on, we don't have the second layer on, and there's not a roof. It's getting really cold, It's supposed to get down to 18 tonight, and then it's gonna be really cold tomorrow, and we really want to get the roof on. There's been a little bit of a change of plans. We really want to let as much sunlight in as possible, and the free roof panels that we got at the dump are solid, so we decided to just go ahead and buy clear roof because we only have to buy 4 pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on today, and yeah, we'll use that free roofing that we have on another project. I think we already know what we're gonna use it on.
It's colder than a witch's tit. You guys probably have a lot of questions about why on earth we started doing this outdoor bathhouse instead of fixing the indoor one that we already have. You're gonna have to come back next week to find out the answers, but there is a good reason. So thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this part of that bathhouse build. Come back for next week for part 2 and to answer all your burning questions.